What's going on, guys? I'm Deputy Thomas from Law Enforcement Explains. Hey, if you like my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also hit that bell to get notified every time I upload a video. Hey, today I'm going to be talking about the time I got in a pursuit. The second time. Well, that's four, but the second time. So stand by and let me explain. Alright, so I was on training and I was with my TO. My TO was the driver, I was the passenger. We're going westbound on the street, and we hear emergency radio traffic come out on the radio. It was just basically our sister station, which is a different station from our station, saying that they just had a 245, which is assault with a deadly weapon, 417, which is the assault with a deadly weapon with the gun. They said the victim's car was carjacked, and the suspect, two male blacks, they described the car, they described the suspect. So as we're driving westbound, my TO, I'm a trainee, so I'm looking everywhere, but I'm not experienced how he is. So he's like, "Hey, isn't that the car?" So I look and I'm like, I don't even know what he's talking about, because I'm still on training, I'm still dealing with all the stuff that trainees deal with. So anyway, so he hits a U-turn, he gets behind the car makes a left on the street, and they keep driving. So we make a left on that street, and we're behind them. We may be 40 yards away from them. And I guess they knew. I guess they knew we were behind them, because they sped off. So we speed off. We speed up, and we turn our lights and sirens on. Now we're in pursuit. So I grab the radio. My butt is all tight because it's my second pursuit. But every time you're in the pursuit, it's different. All the aspects is different. You got different suspects. You got different terrains or whatever, different roads or whatever. So I'm all nervous and my heart's beating super fast. My tunnel vision starts. I'm a trainee, so I got that tunnel vision. So I'm just looking straight ahead. I'm not worried about anything on the side of me. Just worrying about that car. So I'm getting on the radio, trying to put out the traffic, and it's just coming out crazy. I don't know what I said. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I didn't say the right thing. But I did say the street that we're on, which is a good thing, because all our partners, that's all they really need to know is what we're pursuing and what street we're on, so they can come out and help us out. So anyway, we get behind the car, code 3, which is lights and sirens, and they speeding off, and they're blowing stop signs. So we can't just blow stop signs, because now if someone has a right of way and we crash into them, it's a lawsuit for our department. So we're slowing down to go through the stop sign. So they make a right turn on the street. So luckily they're not familiar with the area, so they make that right turn, and the turn was kind of sharp, so they had to slow down. So we already slowed down. We make our right turn and we get up right behind them. So they speed off a little further, a little more, and we're right behind them. So they make a left turn on this street where, at the speed they were going, there was no way they were going to make that turn. So they make the left turn. It was a parked car right there. So they TC'd, which they traffic collision, or they crashed into another car. They crashed into that parked car, and we're right behind them. The driver jumps out. He runs westbound. The passenger jumps out. He runs eastbound. Me and my partner, my TO, he jumps out the car, and I jump out the car. We're always focused on the driver. Typically, we kind of want always the driver, so that's the one we're always focused on. Even though it's 2 or 3 or 4 maybe passengers in the car, but we always focus on the driver, because that's the one that's most likely committed the crime, and they evaded the police, so we go after him. So anyway, we jump out the car. I'm looking at the passenger, but I'm also looking at the driver, and I'm focused more on the driver. So he jumps inside someone's backyard, and I'm getting ready to chase after him, but my T was like, no, don't do it. So he lets him be, and then the dude just jumps over a wall, and this is someone's backyard. And I look for the passenger, and I see him jump on top of a car, and then he jumps on top of a brick wall. Then he jumps on top of the roof, and he's on top of the roof. And it was kind of like the movies, where he looks at me and I look at him. So he's looking at me and I'm looking at him, just like that. I got my hand on my gun, because they just committed an assault with a deadly weapon with a firearm. So I got my hand on the gun, get my gun out of the holster, getting ready to draw, and pointed at him. So he ducks down on the roof, and then he jumps off the roof, and then he's out of view. Luckily, our airship, which is the aero unit, they were right in a neighboring city, so they were able to get there like that. So they get there, they're flying around. It's daytime. It was probably 4 o'clock, so it was still sunny outside, especially in California. It was still sunny outside, and then they're flying around. The time passes, it gets kind of dark already, and we got units everywhere. We got the whole it's kind of seemed like we had the whole city blocked off, but we had the whole neighborhood blocked off. And then so we get the call of a 921, which is a prowler call for us, and someone called, said, "Hey, someone's in our backyard inside our trash can." I know my story seemed like always revolve around trash cans, but anyway, this dude was inside someone's trash can. So what happened was they were having a party at that house, and a kid went outside to throw the trash away, and you know he lifted up the trash can and you see this dude inside the trash can. The guy's like shh, shh. So he closes it, and the kid goes back in, and luckily that house had a off-duty deputy there, or off-duty police officer, I can't remember. So you know he goes out, he's on the radio with us. He's detaining the guy at gunpoint. So we roll up, we handcuff him. Got one suspect. That was the passenger that bailed out eastbound on us. So we got him in custody. Arrow's still flying around, and then they get us on the rail like, hey, yeah, we have this guy. He's doing like a military crawl underneath the RV. So I mean, obviously that's weird. So we got units to go over there. We detained that guy, and luckily that was the driver. So we got these two guys in jail, whatever. So we go check out the car that they crashed into. You know, they have the assault rifle. No, excuse me, it wasn't an assault rifle. It was like some type of 22 with some type of bandana on. It was blue. So obviously they were Crips in California. You know, they're Crips. In California, that's how we identify Crips, basically the blue color. So you know, we got all the evidence. Dummies left their ID in the car.
It ain't mine. I'm telling you that now.
Stupid criminals. They left the ID in the car. They actually left their social security card in the car. You know, they had the gun, you know, obviously with the prints on it. They had blood splatter from the victim on the car. It was just a trippy situation. I went to court on that case, and these dudes were young. They were like 18. I think one was 18 and one was 19. Already had a criminal record because we ran all their rap sheet. Already had a criminal record. So I went to court for these guys, and they actually took a 20-year deal for attempt. Basically, it was attempt murder, carjacking, evading police. So they had a whole bunch of charges piled on them. It was bad for them. So basically, that was it. Hey, thanks you guys for listening. Once again, if you like this, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys on the next call.